Have you ever woken up feeling strangely confused, dizzy, or with a numb hand only to brush it off as a bad night's sleep? What if I told you those harmless sensations could be the quiet aftermath of a silent stroke that occurs without any dramatic warning but still causes real, lasting brain damage? Silent strokes affect millions of older adults without them ever knowing it. In fact, studies show that over 1/3 of people over 70 have had a silent stroke, often while they were asleep, and yet most never realize it until their memory starts to fade, their balance worsens, or their personality begins to subtly shift. In this video, we'll uncover 5 warning signs of a silent stroke that seniors over 60 often miss, especially when these signs appear overnight or first thing in the morning. Spotting them early can mean the difference between preventing a future major stroke or living with permanent brain damage. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Golden Aging Health and tap the bell icon so you never miss a crucial update that could protect your brain, your independence, and your future. Now let's reveal the first silent stroke symptom you may notice after waking up, but might be ignoring completely. Sign number 1. Waking up with sudden confusion or brain fog. Do you ever wake up and feel off? Not just sleepy, but truly confused, like you're not sure what day it is, where your phone is, or what you were about to do. Maybe your thoughts feel fuzzy or slow for no reason. Most people chalk this up to aging or poor sleep, but researchers are now warning this could be the result of a silent stroke that occurred while you were sleeping. According to a 2022 study published in Neurology, 1 in 4 seniors over age 65 have signs of silent cerebral infarctiny strokes that don't cause immediate, obvious symptoms. The study also found that those with silent strokes were twice as likely to develop memory problems and dementia within the next 5 years. Take Helen, a 73-year-old retired librarian. One morning, she woke up and couldn't remember how to use her coffee maker, something she'd used for 15 years. It passed within an hour, so she shrugged it off. But when it happened again 2 weeks later, she saw her doctor. A brain MRI showed multiple silent infarctiny strokes that had already caused brain damage. If you've ever felt that strange brain fog in the morning, type "fog" in the comments below to let others know they're not alone and help spread awareness about this critical early sign. In a moment, we'll look at another morning symptom that most seniors blame on a bad sleeping position, but in reality, it could be your brain screaming for help after a silent stroke. Ignore it, and the next one may not be silent. Sign number 2. Weakness or numbness on one side that improves by mid-morning. Have you ever woken up with one arm or leg feeling oddly weak or numbly for it to return to normal an hour or 2 later? Maybe you thought you just slept on it wrong. That's exactly why so many seniors miss this sign. But here's the truth. Waking up with sudden weakness or numbness, especially on just one side of the body, can be a critical warning sign of a silent stroke. A report from the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke reveals that over 800,000 Americans suffer a stroke each year, and shockingly, nearly 1/3 of them are classified as silent. These strokes may not cause immediate dramatic symptoms, but they quietly inflict long-term damage to the brain. That's exactly what happened to David, 74, a retired mail carrier. He woke up one morning and couldn't fully grip his coffee mug with his right hand. He shook it off literally and blamed it on his pillow. But when the same thing happened 2 more times, his daughter urged him to get checked. An MRI revealed multiple silent infarcts on the left side of his brain, quietly weakening his motor control. If you ever wake up and feel weakness, tingling, or numbness in just one side of your face, arm, or even if it goes away by breakfast, don't ignore it. Write down exactly what you felt, how long it lasted, and which side was affected. These details can help your doctor determine whether it's something serious. Next, we'll talk about a strange morning symptom that's often blamed on a dry throat or lack of sleep, but it might actually point to a stroke that's already affected your ability to speak. Sign number 3. Slurred or jumbled speech upon waking. Ever wake up in the morning, try to say something, and your words just won't come out right? Like your tongue feels heavy, and you sound all mumbly, kind of like you just got back from the dentist? While it's easy to blame this on fatigue or a dry mouth, doctors warn that sudden slurred or jumbled speech upon waking can be one of the earliest signs of a silent stroke. In fact, a 2021 study published in the journal Stroke found that speech disturbances were present in over 40% of patients who had experienced silent or minor strokes, especially when the stroke involved the left hemisphere of the brain, where our language center is located. These symptoms often occur suddenly and resolve within hours, making them dangerously easy to ignore. Take the case of Patricia, 69, a retired accountant from Oregon. One morning, her husband noticed she was slurring her words during breakfast. She laughed it off and said she must have been still waking up. But it happened again 3 days later. Concerned, her family took her to the ER. A brain scan revealed that Patricia had experienced 2 silent strokes that had temporarily disrupted her speech center. Doctors told her that ignoring those brief episodes could have led to a much more severe, disabling stroke in the near future. If your speech ever becomes slurred, slow, or hard to control, especially if it comes on suddenly, don't wait to see if it passes. That moment could be your only warning. If you found this video helpful, tap the like button and subscribe for more life-saving health insights. And don't keep this information to yourself, share it with friends and family. One simple click could save a life before it's too late. And now, as promised, let's move on to sign number 4, an overlooked warning that briefly showed up in Patricia's morning routine and could quietly be affecting your brain too. Sign number 4, sudden dizziness or loss of balance in the morning. You get out of bed and suddenly the world feels tilted. You reach for the wall, grab the nightstand just to steady yourself. Maybe you sit back down, thinking it's low blood pressure or dehydration. But what if it's not? Sudden dizziness or loss of balance, especially when it comes on right after waking, can be a red flag that your brain's coordination center, the cerebellum, has been affected by a silent stroke. In a 2020 review, published in Frontiers in Neurology, researchers found that subclinical strokes in the cerebellum often present with brief episodes of imbalance, vertigo, or unsteadiness that patients tend to dismiss. The study warns that these episodes are frequently misdiagnosed as inner ear issues or benign positional vertigo, leading to delayed treatment. That's what nearly happened to Patricia, a 75-year-old retired teacher from Atlanta. He began feeling lightheaded each morning as he stood up, even falling twice in a single week. He assumed it was a side effect of his blood pressure meds. But after a fall caused a wrist fracture, his doctor ordered a brain scan. The results showed multiple silent infarcts near the cerebellum, quietly impairing his sense of balance. And now, let's move to the final warning sign. This one shows up in your vision, and it's often missed until it's far too late. Sign number 5. Blurry or partial vision loss when you wake up. Do you ever open your eyes in the morning and notice something's not quite right, like one side of the room looks blurry? You blink, rub your eyes, maybe blame the lighting or dry air, but the shadow just doesn't go away? Sudden vision change, especially affecting one eye or one side of your visual field, can be an urgent warning sign of a silent stroke, particularly one that affects the occipital lobe or optic pathways in the brain. According to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, about 25% of all strokes involve vision problems, and many of these occur without any other symptoms. In fact, one study published in Stroke found that patients with visual field loss due to stroke often don't realize it until they bump into objects, misread signs, or begin having trouble navigating familiar spaces. Let me tell you about Martha, a 70-year-old widow from Denver. She woke up one morning and noticed a blurry patch on the right side of her vision. Thinking her glasses were just smudged, she cleaned them, but the blur didn't go away. A week later, she misjudged a curb and fell. An eye exam showed nothing wrong with her eyes, but when her neurologist ordered an MRI, The scan revealed a silent stroke had damaged the part of her brain responsible for vision. If you wake up with blurred vision, double vision, or feel like part of your sight is just missing, don't wait it out. Vision loss that comes on suddenly and affects only one side is not normal. It might be your brain's silent cry for help. Are you experiencing any of these signs? Drop your experience in the comments below. Your story could help someone else recognize the signs before it's too late. Let's take a quick moment to review the 5 silent signs of stroke that older adults should never ignore. Sudden morning confusion or brain fog, weakness or numbness on one side of the body, slurred or jumbled speech, dizziness or balance issues upon waking, and sudden vision changes in one eye or visual field. These symptoms may seem subtle or easy to dismiss, but they could be the earliest signs of a silent stroke doing real damage inside your brain. Early detection can change everything. While silent strokes often go unnoticed, they raise your risk for dementia, disability, and major strokes later on. Acting early gives you a critical window to protect your brain, your independence, and your quality of life. Recent data from the National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke shows that silent strokes are far more common than previously believed, and they're a leading cause of cognitive decline in older adults. If you or someone you love has experienced any of these symptoms, don't wait. Bring it up with your doctor. Ask for a neurological evaluation or brain scan. Trust your instincts, especially if something feels off when you wake up. If this video helped you, tap the like button and subscribe for more reliable, life-saving health insights focused on seniors. And please share this with friends or family. One click could help someone catch a warning sign in time and avoid a devastating stroke. Want to stay sharp and independent as you age? Check out the other videos on this channel for more senior-focused tips to protect your brain and body starting today.